We all agreed no gifts this year. My mom insisted, while my brother's kids unwrapped iPhones, a $3,000 gaming PC, and VIP concert tickets. You're overreacting, my dad smirked. I just nodded, helped my kids with their coats, and left. That night, I canceled every shared account, card, and payment in my name. By morning, there were 63 missed calls and 2 police officers knocking at my door. Have you ever faced a moment where the people you love most, the very ones who swore to protect you, betray you so completely that your entire world shifts on its axis? It happened to me on Christmas Eve, and let me tell you, when my own family turned against me in front of my children, something profound inside me finally snapped. I just couldn't bear it another second. My name is Noah Hart. I'm 35, the eldest son, husband to my incredible Lena, and a dad to 2 spirited wildlings who, honestly, find more delight in a cardboard box than any expensive toy. You know that person in your life who just quietly makes things work, the invisible architect holding everything together? That's me. I'm the one who remembers birthdays, keeps the group chat from becoming a digital graveyard, and silently covers all those little expenses no one ever talks about. This story, though, truly ignites on Christmas Eve. The air in my parents' living room hung heavy with the cloying sweetness of fake cinnamon spray and the hot, dusty breath of their ancient space heater. My brother, Jake, finally ambled in 20 minutes late, sunglasses perched on his head like he'd just descended from a world tour. His wife, Erin, was already engrossed in taking selfies by the tree, while their 2 kids tore through the house, sugar-wired and shrieking with an almost feral joy. I was just shrugging off my coat when my mom intercepted me, patting my chest with a possessiveness that grated. Her voice, though hushed, cut like a sharpened blade. We all agreed no gifts this year, Noah. It's been a tough season for everyone. Don't make a scene. I blinked, genuinely confused. Good. My dad grunted from his recliner, not even bothering to look up. No pressure. We're focusing on time together. Lena, my wife, squeezed my hand, silent comfort. Our children proudly carried in a tin of cookies they decorated themselves. Blobs of icing and far too many red sprinkles, but made with pure, unadulterated love. And for a moment, I actually felt relieved. No gifts meant no scoreboard, no invisible measuring stick I always seemed to fall short of. Then, Erin clapped her hands, her voice chirping like a game show host. "Presents," she sang. Jake winked at his kids. "Special exception," he stage whispered, "from Santa." Mom said nothing. She simply fussed with a throw pillow, as if that scrap of fabric held more significance than the scene unfolding before us. Their son ripped into a square box, pulling out the newest iPhone, shouting like he'd just witnessed a miracle. Their daughter unwrapped a stack of VIP tickets, 3 nights front row for a pop star whose drawings adorned every page of my daughter's notebook. Then came the colossal box, revealing a gaming PC, its lights blinking like a miniature nightclub. For school, too, the cards smugly declared. The room absolutely erupted in cheers. My dad actually stood up, nodding like he'd just closed a lucrative car deal. Mom pressed a hand to her heart. "Oh, Jake," she cooed, a wide, doting smile plastered across her face. "But we said," I began, my voice a hollow whisper. Jake merely shrugged, a self-satisfied grin stretching across his face. "It's Christmas." His gaze met mine, direct and mocking, as if I were the punchline to some cruel, elaborate joke. My son glanced at his little sister, then down at the cookies they'd baked. He studied the iPhone box, his eyes wide with a fleeting longing, before asking, "Too bright. We can play with the box after, right?" My daughter clutched her cookie tin, her lower lip trembling with that stubborn wobble she detests anyone seeing. My voice emerged flat, drained of all emotion. So the no gifts rule was. Mom tilted her head, her eyes sliding down my sweater as if I'd committed a fashion faux pas. "No one said you couldn't bring something small, Noah. Besides, Jacob pays for so much during the year. Let him have his moment." Erin scoffed, her tone dripping with disdain. "Don't be dramatic, Noah. You know how sensitive you get." My dad smirked, still refusing to meet my gaze. "You're overreacting." I looked at my children, then at Lena. The room filled with a sudden, deafening silence. I wasn't about to cry in front of them. I wasn't going to argue over wrapping paper and rules that only ever seemed to apply to me. Coats, I said quietly to my two. I kept my face utterly neutral, as if this were just an ordinary, everyday departure. I helped my daughter slide her arm in her sleeve. My son carefully placed the cookies back into their tin, as if they were fragile, irreplaceable glass. You're not leaving. Mom's voice was sharp, a command, not question. Don't be silly. Jake's grin widened. Man, come on. Stay. It's not that deep. I opened the front door. The cold air rushed in, slicing through the lingering fake cinnamon. Merry Christmas, I said. I didn't slam the door. I didn't make a speech. I simply walked out with my family, down the steps, and into the frost that felt like truth. You don't just walk out on a night like that. You build toward it, 1,000 small cuts at a time. Sure, I can cover it. That was pretty much my childhood mantra. I grew up in a house where money was a mood. When Dad was happy, bills magically took care of themselves. When he wasn't, a light left on was a personal affront. Mom's love always came with a price tag. We did so much for you, she'd say, then hand me an invoice disguised as a memory. Jake was the golden kid. Loud, charming. He surfed on luck like it was a finely honed skill. When teachers called home about his boundless energy, Mom lauded him as gifted. When I brought home on a roll, she'd simply say, of course, and tell me to be quiet so Jake could focus. At 17, I got a job washing dishes. Jake drove the car I saved for because his gas money situation was complicated. At 19, I co-signed a student credit card so he could build credit. He built it like a bonfire, all late fees, cash advances, then tears when Mom found the statement. You two figure it out, she'd sigh, passing me the bill. I figured it out. I always did. Fast forward. I married Lena. We rented a small 2-bedroom with a perpetually squeaky window. Our kids shared a room and thought it was camping. I worked for a medical group. Lena taught kindergarten, coming home with glitter stuck to her neck like tiny medals of valor. We lived within our means, sometimes even under them. I meticulously tracked subscriptions, juggled due dates, packed lunches, made lists. My paycheck wasn't glamorous, but it was clean. Every dollar had a job. The family group chat, however, had other plans for my dollars. Asterisk Mom. Netflix acting weird. Noah, can you check? Asterisk Dad. ESPN Plus login again. Asterisk Jake. Bro, can you add me to your Amazon? Aaron's card is being weird. Being weird. Mitt maxed out, most likely. I added them. It was always easier than the fight. $30 here, 12 there, 90 once a year. A steady drip until the bucket was full. Jake's jobs changed with the seasons, sales, startups, even a bewildering YouTube project. He had a blog phase where he pontificated about grind culture from a couch I was paying the internet for. Invest in me, Noah, he'd say. Seriously, we're family. I didn't invest, but I did buy his kids school shoes when Aaron texted me at 11 p.m. with an emergency. The next morning, Mom posted a Facebook memory about how proud she was of her boys. The likes naturally went to Jake. When we bought a used minivan, Dad said, fancy. When Jake leased a truck bigger than our kitchen, Dad declared, you only live once. When we skipped a beach trip to fix our leaking sink, Mom asked why we were so negative. 2 summers ago, Dad conveniently forgot property taxes. He called me like a telemarketer. Fast, friendly, urgent. Buddy, we could lose the house. I arranged a payment plan, sat with him at the kitchen table to set up auto draft. He nodded through the instructions like a tourist. Mom made lemonade and told me I was a good son. A month later, she told a neighbor she'd managed the whole thing herself. When their internet went out, my phone lit up like a fire alarm. The TV is saying something about DHCP. I drove over. Lena watched our kids, texting me, bring milk. I crawled behind the entertainment center, dust in my mouth, checking cables. Jake showed up mid-crisis with a 6-pack. What's up, nerds? He said, cracking one open. Dad laughed like a game show audience. I fixed it. No one said thank you. Mom asked if I could stay to help Aaron pick rug colors. Every December, a new rule about gifts would descend. No gifts this year. After Jake's 3rd job switch. Only homemade. after Aaron's boutique closed. Secret Santa $20 limit after Dad's colonoscopy bills. And every single year, someone broke it. And it was never me. Aaron brought designer scarves she'd found on sale. Dad unveiled a grill that needed its own extension cord. Mom gave Jake just a little something that looked an awful lot like a brand new watch. When I brought cookies and a framed photo of the grandkids, Mom called it thoughtful. Then she'd say, "It's not about money, but it always was." The small ass grew teeth. Jake sent me a Zelle request labeled Little League. Aaron texted, "Hey, can you pay the field trip this time? They won't let me sign up without a card, and mine is acting weird." Acting weird, again maxed out. My own daughter missed a book fair because her envelope got lost at school. We hugged, and I told her we'd go to the library. That night, I approved a $240 request labeled uniforms. When I mentioned budgeting, Mom sighed, "Noah, stop counting. It's Christmas. Don't be petty." Petty was the word for any boundary I tried to set. "Let's switch everyone off my Amazon," I'd say. "It's unsafe." "Mom, family shares. Please don't hand out my login." "Dad, it's not nuclear codes." I'd change passwords, then change them back after the phone calls. The path of least resistance was a trench I kept digging deeper. 2 weeks before that Christmas, Jake posted a photo of his kids at a gaming store, eyes shining. "Big surprise is coming," he wrote. Aaron commented with a string of gift emojis. Mom heart reacted like she was on payroll. Then, in the group chat, Mom wrote, "No gifts this year, everyone. Times are tough." I wrote, "Got it." Dad reacted with a thumbs up. Aaron sent same, with a snowflake emoji. Jake said nothing. Lena asked if I was okay with it. "I am," I said. And I was. I was just tired. I wanted quiet, hot cocoa, board games with missing pieces. We baked cookies with our kids and put them in a tin. They looked terrible. They tasted perfect. I slept fine. And then we walked into my parents' living room, and my son learned what an iPhone looks like when it's no gifts. He watched his cousin's hand wrap around a future he was told wasn't happening. My daughter hugged a tin of cookies and tried not to cry, because crying makes grandma say dramatic. People think the worst part was the presents. It's not. It's the story woven around them. The way my family could bend any rule into a halo that fit perfectly around Jake. The way they looked at me as if I were holding a ledger while they were holding love. Back in the car, our kids were quiet. Lena turned on the seat heaters, a slow warmth spreading under the cold. No one blamed me. No one said anything. That silence, polite, careful, was the loudest thing I'd ever heard. At home, I placed the cookie tin on the counter. The sprinkles looked like someone had bled glitter. My phone buzzed with a text from Mom. "You were rude." Then another. "We were embarrassed." Then from Dad. "Grow up." Lena stood beside me, her hip gently touching the counter. "Say it," she said. "I'm done." My voice didn't even raise. It felt like placing a well-read book back on a shelf. "Final," she nodded, "then do it. You don't flip a table in my world. You pull a thread and watch the tablecloth slide out clean." I opened the family group chat. My thumb hovered. Jake had just sent a photo of his son holding the iPhone, 2 fingers up like a trophy. "Christmas miracle," he'd captioned it. Aaron had added, "He deserves the best." I typed, "Starting tonight, I'm ending every subscription, card, and payment in my name. Please update your own. You have 24 hours to download anything important." After that, my accounts are mine. I didn't press send. Not yet. Old habit. Show Mom first. Ask permission without admitting it. Lena took my hands. "You don't need to explain," she said. "You've explained for 10 years. I hit send. A small whoosh. Then I opened my bank app. My hands didn't shake. I scrolled through autopays. Netflix family. HBO Max family. ESPN Plus Dad. Amazon Prime. Everyone's cloud storage. Jake's phone line I'd added 3 years ago, just for a month for Aaron's contractor discount. My stomach tightened. Lena slid a notebook next to me. "A pen. You already know the list," she said. I did. I canceled the add-on phone line first. The carrier app asked, "Are you sure?" Like a skeptical friend. Yes. I removed secondary users. I changed the Prime password. I turned off household. I removed save card from Jake's account. I ended ESPN Plus. I updated my streaming profiles to just us. I canceled the cloud storage that billed to my card for devices I didn't even own. Notifications stacked up. You've made changes to your plan. Your payment method has been removed. Your account will expire on. Messages lit the group chat like a pinball machine. Asterisk Jake. Dude, what are you doing? Asterisk Mom. No. Asterisk Dad. Put it back. Asterisk Aaron. Are you serious right now? It's Christmas. Asterisk me. Yes. It's unsafe to share accounts and cards. Handle your own. Asterisk Jake. Wow. Power trip. Asterisk Mom. We'll talk tomorrow. I turned off the chat alerts. Not the group, just the noise. Lena handed me hot tea. It smelled like mint and a clean page. At midnight, I logged into our joint credit card and removed Jake as an authorized user. I disabled one-touch ordering on Amazon. I canceled 3 subscriptions I'd forgotten I paid for until the app flashed red. At 12:40 a.m., I saw it. The old gym membership Dad had put on my card after he'd lost his wallet. He'd never gone. I canceled it. The app asked if I wanted to leave a reason. I typed, no longer useful. I wasn't angry. Anger had been used up earlier, in the space between the iPhone and don't be dramatic. This was something else. I felt like I was methodically clicking seatbelts into place. At 1:12 a.m., Lena went to bed. She paused in the doorway. I'm proud of you, she said. My chest pulled tight in a good way, like a hug from the inside. At 1:30 a.m., I added fraud alerts to my cards, put travel notifications on our spring break plans, set up 2-factor authentication where it had been a mere prayer. At 2:04 a.m., I opened a new family group. Me, Lena, our kids as a future placeholder for when they're older. I named it here, 2i. I sent one message. Movie night tomorrow. Popcorn. Your pick. My son's tablet dinged from the other room. He'd hear it in the morning and smile. By 2:30 a.m., I was done. Not perfect. Done. I slept. At 6:10 a.m., the doorbell rang. The peephole showed 2 uniforms and my parents on the porch like a bad sitcom crossover. Dad had his I'm reasonable face on. Mom clutched her robe as if she'd been dragged from bed by injustice itself. I opened the door. Morning. One officer spoke, his voice calm. We got a call about a family dispute. Is everything okay here? Mom jumped in, stabbing a finger at me. He stole our services. Her voice broke, perfectly on cue. We have grandkids who can't watch their shows. Dad added, he threatened us with money. I looked at the officer. I sent a message last night that I would stop paying for accounts I own. All logins and cards are my name. There are no threats, just boundaries. The second officer glanced at Mom. Ma'am, this sounds like a civil matter. Mom's face shifted, desperate. He's unstable, she hissed, trying to peer past me as if my living room were a crime scene. Behind me, Lena stepped into view. Ponytail, sweatshirt, utterly calm. Our kids are eating pancakes shaped like snowmen, she said. Would you like one? The first officer gave a small, almost imperceptible smile, as if he wasn't supposed to. We don't need pancakes. Dad tried another angle. Son, just turn it back on until after the holiday. No, I said. Jake's text popped up on my lock screen like a comic speech bubble. Put ESPN back, or I swear. I flipped the phone over. Mom stared at me like I was a door she should be holding open. Family doesn't do this, she whispered, her voice wavering. Family doesn't make one person pay for everything and call it love, I said. The officer cleared his throat. If there's no threat and everyone is safe, we'll head out. Mom's eyes filled with tears, a display I'd seen 1,000 times. Always time to tilt a room. Noah, don't do this, she whispered. It's Christmas. It is, I said. Go home. They left with a final glare that promised this wasn't over. The officers nodded polite goodbyes. The door closed. The house exhaled. My phone buzzed itself dizzy. 63 missed calls. Then 70. A vortex. Mom, Dad, Jake. Unknown numbers. Aaron went full caps in the group chat. My kids can't watch anything. Jake sent a voice note. I didn't listen. Dad texted. We raised you like it was a bill. I made coffee. Lena flipped snowman pancakes, their eyes slightly crooked, perfect in their imperfection. Our son asked what VIP meant. I told him it means someone decided you were important. He nodded like that made perfect sense. At 9 o'clock, Mom called from a different number. I picked up because a clean break meant I could choose my moments. "You're humiliating us," she said. "I'm not posting anything. I cancel my payments. You're punishing your brother's children. I'm feeding my own." Silence. Then, "We did so much for you." "You did some things," I said. "I did a lot for you." That ledger works both ways. She inhaled sharply. "Money isn't everything." It was last night. Click. At 10 o'clock, Jake called and went straight to attack mode. "You petty little stop," I said. I wasn't loud. "Here's what's true. You used my cards. You used my login. You didn't ask. You get used to thinking my wallet was a family resource. It's not. Get your own accounts. If you need help setting them up, I'll send you a list." "You think you're better than us?" he sneered. "I think I'm done being your bank." He laughed a dry cough. "You want us to fail? I want to stop failing my own family." He tried the oldest tool he had. "Mom said you were always jealous." I was tired. "We're not doing this." I hung up. I blocked no one. I wasn't running. I just wasn't available. By noon, Mom sent a long message in the big chat. A performance I could have lip-synced to. "We love you, but this is not how family acts. Your father and I are disappointed. Jacob is devastated. The children are confused. Please remember all the times we've supported you." It came with a photo of the gift pile from last night, all smiles. I replied once, "I will no longer share accounts, cards, or bills. Going forward, any help will be discussed and documented. No surprises, no guilt." Dad texted me privately. "You're making your mother sick. Put it back." "Me? No." "Aaron, guess we know who you really are." "Me? Yes." Then a strange thing happened in the chat. My aunt, quiet wallpaper until now, wrote, "Good for you, Noah." Cousin Ben added a thumbs up. My late uncle's wife, who rarely speaks, wrote, "We did this last year. Best decision we made." The thread hiccuped. Mom left the chat. Dramatic exit. Aaron followed. Jake renamed it Family Without Traitors. Then he left too. My house got peaceful. The kids built a pillow fort. Lena crawled in with them and texted me a photo of 3 heads in a row, all hair and soft cheeks. I saved it. In the afternoon, I opened a spreadsheet, old pattern, but this time it wasn't for plugging leaks. It was a list of things I could add back to our life now that the drip had stopped. Swimming lessons. A new pair of boots for Lena. The library fundraiser my daughter wanted to support with her sticker money. A weekend at the cheap cabin by the lake in the spring. I named the file Yes. At 3, Dad left me a voicemail. "Your mother is crying. Be a man." I deleted it. At 4, my sister, half-sister, technically on Mom's side, we shared a decade of awkward holidays, texted me for the first time in months. "I'm proud of you," she wrote. "I canceled my Amazon family last year. They still bring it up at Thanksgiving. I bring pie and ignore them." "Thanks," I wrote back. She sent a pie emoji and a tiny knife. We both laughed, even in text. By evening, the storm moved from outrage to a quiet resentment. They were setting up new accounts, figuring out that free trial means set a calendar reminder. Mom posted a photo of a jigsaw puzzle with half the pieces done. Caption, "Making our own fun." A dig, but I didn't take it. We did movie night. Our son picked an old animated film. Our daughter picked the couch corner that swallows you whole. I made popcorn in a pot because the microwave version gives Lena a headache. Mid-movie, my phone buzzed with a new number. "This is streaming service. We noticed you canceled." The message read. I laughed out loud. The kids shushed me dramatically. After bedtime, Lena and I sat at the table, elbows touching. "I thought your dad would push harder," she said. "He will," I replied. "He needs an audience." "What happens now?" "We keep our money, I said. "If they want something, they can ask. If we say yes, it's with boundaries. And Christmas next year, we'll be out of town." The idea landed clean, somewhere with real cinnamon. We cleaned the kitchen. It felt like wiping off a whiteboard after years of frantic scribbles. A few days later, Mom texted a single line. "Are we still invited to the kids' recital?" I stared at it for a second. The old me would read it 3 times, try to find a trap. The new me read it once. "Yes," I wrote. "Please don't bring gifts. Just come on time." She replied with a period. Not a yes, not a no. A period. "Fine." Jake hasn't called since the blow-up. He made a story about fake family and haters, and posted it on an app one don't use. Aaron liked it with 3 fire emojis. Their kids called our kids to ask if they could still come over to build for it sometimes. Yes, we said. Our door is not a bank. It's still a door. Dad tried One More Be a Man voicemail that sounded like an ad for a timeshare. I didn't call back. I don't need to defend a boundary that keeps my house standing. I keep thinking about my son at the tree, pretending the box was the fun part. I keep thinking about my daughter's tenacious grip on that tin of ugly cookies. I grew up trained to believe that love meant proving your worth in small, endless payments. I'm done paying for permission to be respected. Now, the house is quieter. The budget is honest. Our kids ask, "Can we get the hot chocolate with the mini marshmallows?" And I say, yes, without checking if Jake needs gas money first. Lena stopped carrying a receipt pile in her purse, just in case. I unsubscribed from a dozen family emails that weren't mine. Last night, my aunt texted me a screenshot. Mom had started her own streaming account. The profile icons were generic. No cute names, just user one. It made me laugh. They'll survive. They always do when they have to. Here's what I understand now. I can't make my parents fair, but I can make my home safe. I can't keep Jake from choosing spotlights over grocery lists, but I can choose not to light the stage for him. If my kids learn anything from this, let be that love isn't a tab you keep open out of guilt. It's a table you sit at because everyone brings something, even if it's just the salt and a good joke. I didn't end Christmas. I ended the story where I'm the extra wallet with a smile. I'm still the one who fixes the Wi-Fi, remembers birthdays, keeps chats from dying. I'm still me. I'm just not their bank. No more shared cards. No more secret add-ons. No more acting weird when a card declines that isn't mine. If I help, it's clear. It's planned. It's mine to give. I'm not overreacting. I'm done being used. And that's the whole moral. Simple as a snowman pancake. I will not be punished for having boundaries. I will not confuse access with love. I will not teach my kids that generosity means ignoring unfairness until it feels normal. They can keep their VIP tickets. I'll keep my family, and this time, I'm the one who decides who gets to sit at my table. So tell me, what would you have done in my place? Have you ever had to draw a hard line with family? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear your stories.